Hello everyone, good evening. Good evening everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
You can write in a chat box. Actually, I'm not able to hear you. You can write in a chat box. Okay. So, good evening everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening Shivam. Good evening. Good evening everyone. Good evening. Okay. So, today we will discuss about our, first discussion. That is a basic agriculture we will discuss, and during the session, if you have any query, you can write in a chat box so that I can see your your query, and I can yes, good evening everyone, good evening. Okay, so shall I start? Are you able to hear me now? Are you able to hear me? So is there any language problem is there, means those who are from Hindi medium, is there any student who is from Hindi medium? You can write. Okay, there's no. Okay, fine. Okay, so Hindi English mix. Okay, so we will try. हम हिंदी और इंग्लिश का मिक्स करेंगे. I think everyone can understand Hindi also.
No, ma'am, I don't know
Okay.
Hindi.
Okay, thank you. So I'm sharing my screen with you. So is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Just write in a chat box so that I can know na that you okay. This live session आपका course में update हो जाएगा, so don't worry about it. So it will be updated after the class, after 1 or 2 days. Okay. So okay, so our topic for discussion is introduction to agriculture, and we will just introduce what is the basic thing about agriculture and what are the different branches of agriculture we will discuss. And after that some important points I will highlight in this topic. Okay, so let's move and to the next slide. Now coming to the first one, that is what is agriculture. Okay, so before starting the lecture, मैं आप लोगों को यही बोलना चाहती हूँ कि just if you have any query, you can write in a chat box so that I can see your query और फिर मैं उसका आंसर दे सकूँ. ठीक है. So what is agriculture? So you know that agriculture, it is made up of two words. Okay, agriculture, it is made up of two words. One is agric, or you can say agar, and the second one is cultura. That means meaning of agri is soil and the meaning of cultura is cultivation. So cultivation of soil, that is comes under this agriculture. So one more thing I want to highlight. हाँ जी क्लासेस रेगुलर होंगी मोनिका. Okay, so agriculture, the word which is end with, any word which is end with culture, that means it is a Latin word. This is the we can say that easy to remember this, कि कोई भी word if it is end with culture, that means it is a Latin word. For example, agriculture, horticulture, olericulture, ठीक है, floriculture, apiculture, sericulture, all these are Latin word. Okay, because it is end with culture. Is it clear? Okay, so what is agriculture? It is a cultivation of soil. or in a simple word, we can say that it is a art and science both in which we study all the human activities which is related to the use of soil. That is known as agriculture. Okay, I think this one is clear to everyone. Now coming to the branches. Okay, so what are the different branches of agriculture? We will study, we will discuss one by one. So the first branch and the most important, we can say that in agriculture, that is agronomy. Okay, okay, someone is asking the question. The PDF is already available in your course, right? So have you gone through that course? उसमें आपको PDF में मिलेगा. Okay, now coming to the first one, that is agronomy. What is agronomy? One second. So agronomy, it is made up of two Greek word, because here is no culture, right? यहाँ पे कोई भी culture word से end नहीं हो रहा. That means it is not a Latin word. So it is a Greek word. So agronomy, it is made up of two Greek word. One is agros and the second one is nomos. So the meaning of agros is field and the meaning of nomos is to manage. To manage the field, that is known as agronomy. So in a simple word, we can say that it is a branch of agricultural sciences which deals with the management of field to provide favorable environment to the crops for what? For the higher productivity in terms of quantity and quality both. So in a simple word, to manage the field so that we can provide the favorable environment to the crop, whatever the crop you are growing. What is the aim for your cultivation? That is to earn more money in the market. This is the aim for farmer, and to get the higher productivity. That may be in terms of quantity, that may be in terms of quality, right? So earlier the agriculture term was there, lekin later on it was realized that due to lack of field management कि जो soil की productivity है ना वो या फिर soil की fertility है वो reduce होती जा रही है. So after that agriculturist, they had to study the management of field so that you can give the proper nutrient to the plants. Okay, so as well as the principles and practices for the crop production. So after that, this agronomy word that came into the existence. Okay, so this is about agronomy. Now second branch of agriculture is horticulture. Horticulture is also a very important branch of agriculture. So it is made up of two words also. What is horticulture? Horticulture is a Latin word or Greek word? Just write in our chat box. Do it fast. It is a Latin word or Greek word? Yes, do it fast. Yes, Monica. Okay. No, Surbhi, it is not a Greek word. I told you that the word which is end with culture, the word which is end with culture, that means it is a Latin word, right? So the horticulture, it is also end with culture, that means it is a Latin word. Okay, so horticulture, it is made up of two Latin word. One is hortus and second one is cultura. So the meaning of hortus is garden crops and the meaning of cultura is to cultivate. So the cultivation of garden crops, that is known as horticulture. Okay, so in a simple word, we can say that it is a branch of agriculture in which we study all the crops like fruits, vegetables, spices, medicinal, aromatic plants, flower crops, all the crops we can study in this branch. So in a simple word, we can say that it is a branch of agriculture which is concerned with the intensity intensively cultured plants directly used by people for food, for medicinal purposes, and for the aesthetic gratification, that is known as horticulture. Okay, so horticulture की भी बहुत सारी branches है. We will discuss those branches when we discuss about the introduction part of horticulture. Okay. Now coming to the next, next branch is plant breeding or genetics and plant breeding, you can say that. So what is plant breeding? Plant breeding, it is an art and science of changing the genetic architecture and traits of plants in order to produce desired characteristics. So in a simple word, we can say that it is a science of changing the traits of plants in order to produce desired characteristics, that may be disease resistant, that may be high yield, that may be whatever the characteristic you want in a plant. By using this breeding methods, you can develop the different varieties. So it has been used to improve the quality of nutrition also in the plants, that may be for human beings, that may be for the animals. Okay, so all these things we can study in this branch. Now next is soil science. So as the name indicate, that soil science, that means study of soil. So what is soil? Soil, it is formed from the weathering of the rocks and minerals. Okay, that is soil. Okay, this is the definition of soil. It is the weathering of rocks and minerals, that is soil. Okay, so soil, what is soil science? It is the study of soil. As I told you, it is a study of soil as a natural body which is developed by the natural forces on the surface of earth in which plants grow. ठीक है, so any loose and organic matter which is present on the surface of this earth crust, that is basically used, and that is basically we can use as a base, and it is also provide the nutrient water to the plants for its growth and development. ठीक है, तो सारी ही सॉइल से रिलेटेड जितने भी चीजें होती हैं, we will study all those things in soil science. ठीक है. Next branch is agrometeorology. Agrometeorology, we can say that it's a we can say that it is a physical condition of the environment. If you investigate the what type of environmental condition is now for the development or for the cultivation of the crops, that we can study in this agrometeorology. Right, so it is an applied science which deals with the relationship between weather or a climatic condition and agriculture production. The crops, whatever the crops, if you are choosing for the cultivation, that is also depend upon the environmental conditions. Okay, that maybe if it is a warm season crop or it is a cool season crop. So according to the environmental condition, you can grow. Okay, nowadays it is a warm season condition, तो आप क्या करोगे? Warm season crop ही लगाओगे. एंड इफ यू वांट टू डू कि आप विंटर सीजन की क्रॉप को आप समर सीजन में लगा रहे हो, तो दैट इज डिपेंड अपॉन व्हाट, कि आप ऑफ सीजन कल्टीवेशन कर रहे हो. ठीक है ना, सो दैट इज एग्रोमेट्रोलॉजी. मैम कोर्स में सीरियल क्रॉप्स के नोट्स अवेलेबल नहीं है, प्लीज प्रोवाइड करवा दीजिएगा. Yeah, sure, Surbhi. Okay, I will take care of this thing. Okay, so it is applied science which deals with the relationship between the weather condition or agriculture production. So if you want to cultivate the warm season crop, that the environmental condition should be favorable to that particular crop. ठीक है. So in a simple word, we can say that agrometeorology, it is a science which is concerned with the appliances of meteorology to the measurement and analysis of the physical environment in the agriculture system. So whatever the meteorological, if you want to know the environmental condition, then the instruments, all those things you can study in this agrometeorology. Okay, so now coming to the next branch, that is agricultural biotechnology. So agricultural biotechnology, it is the utilization of scientific tools and techniques, including genetic engineering. You know that nowadays genetic engineering is very popular, molecular marker, molecular diagnostic, vaccines, tissue culture also there, micropropagation is also there, to modify the living organism into improved value material, and organisms like crops, pharma, livestock, that all are comes under this agriculture biotechnology. Okay. Now coming to the next is agriculture engineering. As the name indicate that agriculture plus engineering, that is, it is a combination of both engineering as well as agriculture. So it is an application of principles, knowledge, technique of all the branches of engineering for finding out the solution of the problems in the agriculture field, for increasing the productivity, for increasing the standards of living of farmers, and for maximize the overall profit. So that is comes under this agriculture engineering. So in a simple word, we can say that we will study all the different tools which are used in agriculture for the cultivation of any crop. That is also comes under this agriculture engineering, like the processing units is there, how you can preserve the crops, the production, the handling, all these things we study in agriculture engineering. Okay. So coming to the agriculture extension. So the extension, that means it's a communication. Okay. If anyone developed, if a breeder developed a variety, or a institutes if develop a technique, how that particular technique reaches to the farmer. So by using this branch, we can communicate with the farmers. So it's a communication. We can say that it is a knowledge of which is applied to bring farmers or a pupil through various strategies and program of change by applying the latest scientific technologies and technological innovation. Whatever the innovation is there, how we can that techniques can how that particular technique can reach to the farmer. So by using this branch, we can transfer our technology to the farmers. Okay. So agricultural extension efforts in India have made a significant strides towards the development of the agriculture sector. So all these communication of transferring the technology we will study in this agriculture extension branch of agriculture. Okay. Now coming to the next branch, that is agricultural economics. So it is an applied field of economics which is concerned with the study of human behavior first, and it is a relationship between production and distribution of food and fiber. So it's a combination, you can say that. Yeah, sure. So I will discuss it. Okay. So applied field of economics, we can say that the agricultural economics, it is a combination human behavior plus, you can say that it's a production and distribution of food and fiber. Okay. So now coming to the next branch, that is plant pathology. Plant pathology, in a simple word, we can say that the study of different types of diseases, we can say that comes under this plant breeding. The disease that may be caused by fungus, that may be caused by bacteria, viruses, right? So all the study, how you can control, how you can manage the diseases, plant diseases, all those things we can study in this plant pathology. Okay. So it is a deals with the cause of diseases, the disorder in the plants, and the management of plant diseases, that is known as plant pathology. Sound issues is for everyone or for only for a particular one? Shubham is saying, okay, thank you. Okay, so now coming to the next, that is agriculture entomology. Okay. So, okay, thank you, Hertz, thank you, Nikhil, Madhu, thank you. Okay, so agriculture entomology, simple. Entomology is the study of insect. right? So study all the, if we are studying the insect, that comes under this entomology. Okay, so entomology, the word which is end with logy, that also a Greek word, right? So entomology, it is a Greek word. It is made up of two Greek words. We can say that one is entomon and the second one is logos. So entomon is a insect, and the logos, the meaning of logos is study. So study of insect is known as entomology. Okay, so the term insect, this term insect, it is a Latin word. Okay, it is derived from a Latin word, that is insectum. Okay, so insect is a Latin word. Insect, that derived from a Latin word, but entomology, it is a Greek word. Okay, so the meaning of insect is to cut into. Okay, so entomology, it is a study of insect, that is known as entomology. Okay, so next branch is agricultural microbiology. If you are studying the microbes, that means it is a microbiology. So it is a part of microbiology dealing with the microbes which is associated with the crops, plants, or animal diseases. That is comes under this microbiology. So it is a study the microbiology of the soil fertility, such as microbial degradation of the organic matter also, and we can study the transformation of soil nutrient also. All these things we can study in microbiology. Okay. Next is agroforestry. As the name indicates that agro, that means agriculture, forestry, the study of perennial plants. So it is a combination of agriculture plus forestry. So it is a dealing with the land use management system of growing shrubs, trees around or among crops or pasture land. So it is combines the agriculture and the forestry technology to create more diverse, productive, profitable, healthy system for farming. So in a simple word, we can say that agroforestry, it is a combination of agriculture and forestry. Yes, the forestry, what is forestry? Forestry is cultivation of perennial trees. Okay, so that these means basically forest trees, they supply wood, timber, rubber, etc., or also provide the raw material for the industries. So forestry, what is forestry? It is a cultivation of perennial trees. Okay, now coming to the next branch of agriculture, that is dairy farming. So dairy farming, as you know that dairy, that means the milk production. Okay, so dairy farming, it's a, you can say that it is a agri business which is involved the production of milk. Okay, so if you are growing plant, Madhu, perennial, actually on the basis of life cycle, I will tell you, one second. On the basis of life cycle, okay, on the basis of life cycle, plants are characterized into three categories, right? One is annual plants, second is biennial plants, and third one is perennial plants. Okay, so on the basis of, yes, on the basis of season, on the basis of life cycle, you can say that. So the plants are categorized into three categories: annual, biennial, or perennial. So annual plants are those plants which complete their life cycle in one season or in 1 year, that is known as annual. Annual, that means 1 year. Biennial, that means 2 year or 2 season, you can say. Okay, 2 season. Or perennial, that is more than 2 season. If any plant which complete their life cycle in more than 2 seasons, that is known as perennial plant. Okay, so mostly the forest trees, they are perennial in nature, right? For example, the fruit trees are also perennial in nature, but some exceptions are also there, like papaya, that is not a perennial, right? Okay, so I think the perennial one is clear to everyone. Madhu, it is clear to you? I hope it is clear to everyone that on the basis of life cycle, it is categorized into three categories: annual, biennial, and perennial, right? So dairy farming, actually dairy farming, it's a production of milk. If any plant is basically, produced for the milk product, okay, if the plants which processes milk and it produce milk product, that is known as dairy plant. Okay, and if animal which are used for milk production in the dairy farm, that is known as dairy animal. Okay, so this is dairy farming, it's a production of milk. Okay, so now coming to the next branch, that is poultry farming. It is basically, that it's poultry is a branch of agriculture in which we deals with the rearing birds kept for meeting the food demand, also getting the eggs which they produce, and their meat, their feathers, all these means also study in this branch, poultry farming. Okay, next is apiculture, or in other word, apiculture is also known as beekeeping. Like I told you that apiculture means the word which is end with culture, that means it is a Latin word, right? So apiculture, it is also a Latin word, and it is made up of two Latin word. One is apis and the second one is cultura. So the meaning of apis is bee and the meaning of cultura is cultivation. So cultivation of bee, that is known as apiculture or beekeeping. Okay, so rearing and maintenance of honeybee colonies, commonly in the natural or in artificial hives, for purpose for getting the honey or bee product, that is known as apiculture. And all these things we study under this apiculture branch. Okay. Other than this, sericulture is there. Sericulture is production of or the dealing with the silk farming. Okay, the production of silk. In this branch, we study how we can develop the silk. Okay, so in sericulture, there's a rearing of silkworms for the production of silk, that is comes under this sericulture. Okay, so the most commonly species which is used for the development of silk, that is Bombyx murray. Okay, so it is commonly, commercially, we can say that it is used in Indian region like Assam, Meghalaya, that are of prime importance in the field of sericulture. So sericulture, in a simple word, we can say that production of silk or dealing with the silk farming, that is known as sericulture. Okay, so this is all about your branches, and this is, we can say that this is all about the branches. What are the different branches of agriculture? What is agriculture? And the question which can be asked in your exam, that what is the meaning of horticulture? What is the meaning of sericulture? What is the meaning of, horticulture? What are the different branches of horticulture? Okay, so Apis mellifera is there. Manpreet, Apis mellifera is there, which is commonly used. Okay, these are the. We will study all the bees individually. We will study this because entomology part is also there, right? So those students who are from FCI Tech, which is based, who applied for technical post, in those post, there's a one syllabus is there, agriculture, entomology. So in entomology, you will study all 5 to 6 to 7 topics are there. Okay, agriculture, whatever the syllabus is there, Monica is saying ma'am agriculture में क्या क्या cover होगा course में. So whatever the topics that is included in syllabus, we will cover all those topics. ठीक है, basically the topic which is related to cereals, pulses, all those we will cover. And in fact economy part is also there, the biotech part is also there. Okay, we will try to cover all those things. Okay, all those things we will cover in PDF are also available in the course. You just study that those PDF because that is also important. Do we need to go depth in all those branches, ma'am, for AGM? But you, Shivam, you should have knowledge about these branches also, because that is also important. You never know what type of question they can ask. Okay, So you can study all those things. It's a very, you know, means the branches. It's a very when you go through in one time, you can remember all those things. Okay. So should I move to the next slide? Yes, all are important for you because okay. So here are some important institute of India. You might have heard about these institutes like Indian Council of Agricultural Research, that is in New Delhi, and we will, you know, study all these institute in a very brief. Like these two, Indian Agriculture Research Institute and Indian Council of Agriculture Research. These are the two important institutes, and other important like Indian Council of Agriculture Research, that is in New Delhi, and the year of establishment of ICAR is 1929. You know that the year of establishment is 1929, and Indian Agriculture Research Institute. It is in Pusa, New Delhi, and earlier it was, you know, the name of IARI is Imperial Agriculture Research Institute, which was established in 1905 at Pusa, that time in Bihar, and after that in 1934, what happened? Its building were damaged due to earthquake, and after, therefore it is in 1936 the IARI was transferred to Pusa Road, New Delhi, and after independence this imperial, the word imperial is changed, that is now it is known as Indian Agriculture Research Institute. So this is the brief history about IARI. So next is Central Agriculture Research Institute, that is in Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar. Central Institute of Agriculture Engineering, that is in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Central Institute for Cotton Research, that is in Nagpur, Maharashtra. Central Institute for Dry Land Agriculture, that is in Hyderabad. Central Rice Research Institute, that is in Cuttack. Next is Indian Institute of Pulse Research, that is in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. Next is Indian Institute of Soil Science, that is in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. And the next is Indian Institute of Sugarcane Research, that is in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. So this is not only the institute. Actually, there is a many more institute which is related to agriculture, and it is not possible to, you know, cover all those things. These are the some important one which we will, you know, which we will discuss one by one. Okay. So these are the some premium institute which is related to horticulture only. Like IARI we have already discussed. Next is IIHR, that is Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, that is in Bangalore, Karnataka. Next is IIVR, that is Indian Institute of Vegetable Research, that is in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. CPRI, that is Central Potato Research Institute, that is in Shimla, Himachal Pradesh. CFET, it is, you know, related to processing purpose. Okay, so it's a Central Institute of Post Harvest Engineering and Technology, that is in Ludhiana, Punjab. Next is Central Plantation Crop Research Institute, that is in Krishnapura, Kerala. Next आपका that is CTCRI, that is Central Tuber Crop Research Institute, that is in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. IISR, that is Indian Institute of Spices Research, that is in Kozhikode, Calicut, Kerala. Next is Central Institute of Subtropical Horticulture, that is in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. And the last one is CMAP, you can say that, Central Institute of Medicinal and Aromatic Plants, that is in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. So these are the important, you know, institute which is related to horticulture only. Okay. See, I have mentioned the important members, or we can say the agriculture expert who contribute number of things in agriculture, and the name, and we can say that the top में जो नाम है that is Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. He's a wheat breeder. He's also known as father of green revolution in India. Being if you are studying agriculture, if you are studying agriculture, you should know that who is Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, and this one is very important for your point, for your competition, for your exam point of view. If we say, if I say, so this Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, his father of Green Revolution in India. He is also ex-member of Planning Commission. He, received World Food Prize given by FAO in 1987, Agriculture Organization. Okay, the book entitled Wheat Revolution. This Wheat Revolution book he written by him. He also received a first World Agriculture Prize at the 11th Global Agriculture Leadership Summit in New Delhi in October 2018. Okay, so Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, the most important part, you have to, remember that he is known as father of Green Revolution in India. Okay, if it is in world, then who is the father of Green Revolution in the world? Dr. Norman E. Borlaug, he is the father of Green Revolution in the world. Okay, he is an American wheat scientist. He awarded Nobel Peace Prize in 1970. Okay, so the important part in it that he is a father of Green Revolution in world. Okay, next, yes, Norman Borlaug. Okay, so next is Verghese Kuren. Verghese Kuren, he is also known as father of White Revolution. Actually, what is White Revolution? White Revolution is related to what? You know, White Revolution is related to
BT cotton?
milk production. Okay, yes, we will discuss it also. So he is also ex-chairman of NDDB Anand. He got World Food Prize in 1989, and the brain which is behind the scheme, that is Operation Flood, which is in 1970 to 1996. He is the behind this scheme. So you should know that what is Operation for Flood. The full form of NDDB, it's National Dairy Development Board, that was created in 1965, that is in Anand, Gujarat. And the Operation Flood, it is launched in 13th January 1970, and it was the largest dairy development program and the landmark project of India's National Dairy Development Board. Okay, so this Operation Flood, why it is important? Because earlier it transformed India from milk deficient nation into the world largest milk producer. Okay, so that's why this Operation Flood is very important. So Verghese Kuren, he's the chairman and the founder of that time. He's the chairman of or founder of Amul, and was named the chairman of NDD by then the Prime Minister of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri. So this operation is important because it transformed India from milk deficient nation into the world largest milk producer. Okay. So now it is who is asking? Madhu is asking, ma'am, class kab tak hai? What happened, Madhu? Your class time is 7 to 8. Okay. So now we have talk about the green revolution. What is green revolution? It is very important to know that green revolution around 1960s, food grain production in India, that is very low, so to feed the Indian people, India has to import to satisfy its food need. So under the guidance of Norman E. Borlaug, high yielding varieties of wheat from Mexico and rice from Philippines, they are import from these two countries and tested for yield result at various location in India. So green revolution is the combined use of high yielding varieties, irrigation facilities and fertilizer boosted food grain production. So in green revolution in around 1966, two semi-dwarf variety, that is TN1 1981 and IR8, these two varieties, these two are the semi-dwarf variety, and by using these variety, Jaya and Padma, these two varieties are developed. Okay, so Jaya and Padma, these two are the high yielding variety. Okay, so it is a cross between, Jaya is a cross between TN1 and T141. It is a Indian variety and it is introduced from the Taiwan. Okay, so Padma, it is a cross between T141 and TN1. So these two variety are the high yielding varieties of rice. So we will discuss we will discuss the all varieties which is related to the particular crop in the when we discuss about the production technology of the different crops. Okay. So now here are the some revolution in agriculture, like white revolution, that it is related to milk production. And it is started by Verghese Kuren, and he is known as father of white revolution. Okay. So blue revolution, it is related to fish production. Brown revolution, it is related to food processing and leather production. This is important for you guys. Gray revolution, it is related to fertilization production. Yellow revolution, it is related to oil seed production. Red revolution, it is related to tomato production and also meat production. Okay, pink revolution, it is related to prawn as well as onion production. Golden revolution, fruit production, pomology or horticulture से related है. Round revolution, it is related to potato production, right? And the next is black revolution. Black revolution is related to fuels, biofuels, jatropha production. Manpreet, pomology, actually it is a branch of horticulture in which we study about the fruits. We will discuss all those things in horticulture also, but it is a branch of horticulture because likewise in case of agriculture there is a different branches now. Same in case of horticulture, there are different branches like pomology, olericulture, floriculture, post-harvest management, spices and condiments, medicinal and aromatic plant. There is a number of branches in horticulture also. So pomology, it is a study of fruits, we can say that, right? Okay, so black revolution, it is related to biofuels, jatropha production, or rainbow revolution, it is overall related to the overall agriculture production. Okay, evergreen revolution, it is the reduction in wastage of food grains and fruits and vegetables. And the last is silver revolution, it is related to egg production. Okay, so this is all about your revolution, the basic concept about your agriculture. I hope आप लोगों को समझ आया होगा. If you have any query, you can ask. मोनिका इज मैम इसका पीडीएफ ये लाइव क्लासेस का आपका जो मोनिका ये जो लाइव क्लासेस हैं आपकी, ये 1 or 2 days में अपडेट हो जाएंगी आपके कोर्स में, so you can see those ppt this ppt in that live class. Apurv is saying, what about the last year old FCI paper? This is your first class, so just focus on it. We will discuss all those things in details. Hello everyone, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, old FCI paper actually
So if you
चाहिए.
have any query, you can ask.
मैम ओल्ड FCI पेपर ताकि पता चले कि सिलेबस कैसे क्वेश्चंस कहाँ से आते हैं, तो ये कहाँ से पता चल सकता है? मतलब ओल्ड FCI पेपर कहाँ मिलेगा? इसमें टेक्निकल एग्रीकल्चर का क्वेश्चन है.
Yes, Shubhradeep, right? Yes, you should go through the all notes, because we will discuss just go through those notes, and if you have any query, you can ask me during the live classes. We will discuss some topics in live classes, means as possible as I will discuss all those things in live classes. But if just go through all the notes, if you have any query, you can discuss with me during the live classes. मैम एफसीआई एजीएम जनरल का एग्रीकल्चर में कितना सिलेबस है? आपने इंट्रोडक्शन देखा होगा कोर्स में, जस्ट गो थ्रू दैट इंट्रोडक्शन पार्ट, यू विल फाइंड इट आउट.
मैम जो सिलेबस में टॉपिक्स मेंशन है सिर्फ वही पढ़ने हम लोग ने या फिर कुछ एक्स्ट्रा भी?
So this is our we can say that this is our basic class, we can say. I can say that, and you should focus on all those things also, and same time, and the meanwhile you should go through all the PDFs which is available with your course. Just go through, just do the chapter test, because that is very important for you. Just go through with those chapter, right? Purvi saying old FCI paper question, ma'am. We'll see that. Okay, Apur. मोनिका सिंह, वीट एंड राइस क्रॉप के नोट्स कंप्लीट नहीं है मैम, प्लीज वो अवेलेबल करवा दीजिए. वी विल डिस्कस दोज टॉपिक इन लाइव क्लासेस आल्सो. ओके, so if you have any query during the in wheat and rice, you can discuss with me during the live classes when we will discuss about the wheat and rice. Shubhradeep is topics like important operations of main crop, production and export part in first chapter PDF. Can you talk about them in brief? We'll discuss it in next class. Okay, we'll discuss in next class, right? The important operations, whatever you are saying, like the production technology you are saying. Production technology of rice, wheat, you are saying about that? You're asking me that? We'll discuss about those things. We will discuss about in next classes. I will take those topic also, like production technology of rice, wheat, maize, sugarcane. These are the important cereal crops, and we will discuss in our coming classes, because this is just your first class. So don't worry about that. We will discuss in our coming classes, right? So the export, import, everything we will discuss. Okay, we will do, Shubhradeep, we will discuss it. Okay. Apurva is saying, okay, so have you gone through on a current agriculture wala part mein? Okay, so when we discuss the the crop in our live classes, I will I have just took a glance. Okay, just go through all the notes, PDFs and all. Okay, when I will take the class now, then I will give you the brief about the area and production of current statistic wala, right? So don't worry about that. We will discuss it. We will discuss all those things, because it is not possible to cover all those things in a first class, because it is just a 1 hour class. So we will start in a basic. So now we will go to the each and every topic, right? Like production technology of rice, wheat, and everything. So don't worry about that.
I know.
Any
Are you
other
getting my
question
voice?
regarding today's class? If you have any query, you can ask.
Hi, ma'am. Are you getting my voice?
Any query related to today's class? So thank you guys. Thank you. So we'll meet in the next class. Yes, sure. Okay, Apur, just go to the PDFs, just read PDF once. After that, go to the chapter test, solve the objectives also. And if you have any query related to that topic, you can discuss with me during the live classes, so that I can know that now what type of question you ask me during the class, so that I can solve those problems. Okay, just go to the PDF one, read the PDFs, then solve the chapters all, right? Actually, in NABARD, 7 different subjects are there. 7 different types of we can say that subjects included in NABARD, right? So in FCI, the number of subjects are less. That will be updated on your portal. For that will be updated on your you are asking me for the agriculture wala class. That will be updated on your that may be in next week, or will update on your portal. Okay, so thank you everyone. Good night to everyone. Thank you. Will okay. Good night everyone. Good night.